Hello, welcome back to my channel. Let's create this beautiful bridal look together. My name is Judith and you're welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe. If you're new here, you are welcome. Subscribe, turn on the post notification. Without wasting much of your time, let's begin. To begin, I'm going to clean the face using my micellar water from Missmetic to clean the face. Like I always say, we need a clean canvas to work on, and this look is going to be a soft skidded bridal look. For hydration, I use the Green Tea Kiss Beauty Hydrating Spray. When I spray that, I use my hands to just blend that into her skin. Then I use a fan to dry it up. Just make sure it sinks into her skin before going into it with the next product, which is this Advanced Nail Mucin. This serves as a serum for me and it also hydrates the skin. Whether I'm working on a dry skin or an oil skin, I love my skin very well hydrated. I just make sure that is that's completely absorbed into her skin. Then I went into her skin with my Embryolist moisturizer. This also serves as a primer. So I apply that all over her face, avoiding her under eyes because I don't want her under eyes to be heavy. For her under eyes, I use the Omari Code Hydrating Moisturizer under her eyes. I apply that, blend that in properly, and apply it on top of her eyes. Make sure the moisturizer gets to every part of her face. I didn't take the embroideries under her eyes because I didn't want it to be heavy because that also serves as a primer. To control the oil around her skin, where she's likely to sweat and get oily, I use the oil control and swell control tonic from Hermesmetic or Mismetic. I don't know how the name is pronounced. I just apply that and use a fan to dry it. Make sure this is completely dry. Because she is a dry skin, we're working on a dry skin. You guys, I did not use primer. Primer is not a must, and the embroidery serves also as a very light primer. So I just skip the primer process completely because she's dry, and I went into it with an oil-based foundation, which is the Melanin in number 11 and the Beauty by AD in number 9. You guys, I almost always mix my foundation because it just works for me. See how that foundation is sitting on her skin. Then for blush, I'm using this my cream lipstick from iMagic to apply as a blush. You guys, I'm a pink blush girly and I really love pink blush. This is just look how this is sitting on her skin. So beautiful. When you're doing that, make sure you blend in properly. Then I use the excesses just to flush into her nose and her forehead area. For bronzer, when I'm working on a light skin, I like to bronze instead of contouring. For bronzer, I'm using the stick foundation from Black Opal in Carob to do this. Also on her nose area, and then I avoid her hairline with the Carob because I didn't want that to get into the lace. Whenever I'm doing this, I just make sure I don't mess up the hairline because the hairline is messed up, your makeup is going to be looking weird. After applying that, I use my beauty sponge to blend that in. Just make sure it's well blended. And I took my beauty sponge to blend the hairline. I did not apply product there, so I just blend the hairline, the foundation into the hairline using my beauty sponge, the part I used to apply bronzer, because I don't want that to start looking weird. So for concealer, I'm using this Novan Beauty Concealer in the shade 042 to highlight her skin. This Novan Beauty Concealer is dry, so if you're using it, please blend as you go if you are not fast enough. Because I'm fast enough, I applied every part of the skin before I blend, like every part of the skin where I need to highlight before I move ahead with blending. When I blend, I like to tell her to like smack her lips and hold so it can help me like stretch her face a little. This helps the product blend in smoothly and properly. When I'm done blending my concealer, I like to use my beauty blender to pick a little concealer from the back of my palm or the pan where I used to mix my concealer to apply on the bridge of the nose, and the excesses from the brush to apply on her temple. I don't like to apply products on that area. Before I set my concealer with the setting powder, I like to go in with a lighter shade of setting powder with my beauty blender. I do this depending on the look I'm trying to create. This, what she has on, is very beautiful, but I just wanted to go lighter to highlight under her eyes the more. So I do that with my setting powder. So setting my concealer, sorry. So see the difference between this part I added concealer and the other part. So I do the same thing on the other side and every other part of the face where I highlighted. So if you can see the difference on the right and on the left where I had more concealer. This looks very creamy. So before I set, I'm using the translucent powder, Laura Mercier translucent powder. Before I set, I go in to blend under the eyes to make sure there is no creasing. I do that with my beauty sponge. Then I use my powder puff to pick my setting powder and dab it on the back of my palm because I don't want to have excesses on the setting powder, and this is going to cake under the eye. So see how blur this setting powder looks under the face. So just compare it to the part that still has the concealer under it. So if you do this, if you place your like dab your setting powder on the back of your palm before setting, it gives you this very blur effect and less product because we don't want that part of the face cakey. If it's looking cakey, every other thing you are doing has been defeated. So to set all over the face, I'm using the melanin powder. This is in the shade warm, just to set under the face. I mixed it with medium because warm was a little bit too dark, so I just mixed it with medium. So I set under the face, avoiding under the eyes. So this is in the shade deep, the same melanin powder in the shade deep. I use it to set the bronzer because I just want to like intensify the bronzer, just intensify it. Also on her nose area, I also want to intensify it. You guys, don't be a lazy makeup artist. Do cream and do powder because it just gives you this very beautiful look. So to intensify the blush, I'm using my V Beauty blush palette. Just very little quantity just to intensify it. You guys see how her skin is looking very, very yummy. At this point, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel so you'll be seeing this beautiful look when I drop them. Turn on the post notifications so you'll be the first to be notified when I post amazing videos like this. And share this video with your friends, share my channel with your friends and anyone who you think will find this video helpful. So I did the brows off camera, and for the eyeshadow I use a gel liner, a brown gel liner on her eyelid as the base because I'm going for a dark base. So I do that and I'm applying a brown eyeshadow. I use an orange, I mix it with a pink for the transition, and I apply that orange, a brown on the lid. To get that sharp edge, I use my razor blade. You can use your credit card, any card you have, just to achieve that part. So after doing that, I took off the blade and I went ahead to blend that area because I didn't want to have like a very sharp edge. I like to smudge under the eyes with a very light shade of brown because it just gives you this very soft look. It makes your makeup glam look expensive, luxury and glam compared to when you have the very sharp gel liner, the wing liner, which can actually work for some kind of look though, but not when you're going for a very soft skated look and like a luxury look. So I applied my glitter glue on the lid. The glitter glue I use is from Elf Cosmetics. I apply a very little quantity, let it dry out a little before I went ahead to apply this gold. The gold eyeshadow I used is from one of my eyeshadow palettes, so you can just use any eyeshadow you want. I went ahead to apply brown on the outer corner of the eyes just to make sure it's completely blended. For under her eyes, like her waterline, I use my Mirror Cosmetics pencil because this pencil is mattifying and it just does the job. So to blend under the eyes, take out the excess product, the excess setting powder under the eyes. I'm using this my small fluffy brush and I'm using my Fenty Beauty powder in the shade 320 to do this. This powder just does the job perfectly because it blurs your makeup and give you this very blur effect. This is a very beautiful powder. If you cannot afford it, the melanin cosmetic powder gives you the same look, but it just does not come in different shades. It has just 3 shades, so you don't have like varieties to pick from. So I went ahead to intensify the blush because I really love blush and I love what blush does to the skin. It just makes your skin wake up and come alive. I apply a pink blush from my V Beauty blush palette. When applying your blush or reapplying your blush, you have to really consider the look you're going for before you apply the blush. The look you're going for will determine the amount of blush you have to apply. For her gel liner, I used the Beyond Beauty Cosmetics gel liner. This is not as black as the Tahila, but it does the job. You can apply and reapply. Then before I go in with the false lashes, I use my mascara. This mascara I'm using is from Nuban Beauty. It does the job and the wand is very beautiful. It's not like very tiny as a Zaron and the Wing Beauty, but it does the job. So for the lip, I'm using this brown to line her lip. For this lip, I'm going for a very soft pink look, like a baby pink look, not nude, not completely pink, just baby pink that just gives this bridal look. So I use this pink. This is from Super Cosmetics in the shade Zara, and I went ahead to apply my cream lipstick from the Eye Magic Clip palette, and I went ahead to apply a gloss. This gloss I'm applying is the Girls Corner lip gloss. I don't know why she no longer produces this, or maybe she has not produced because I'm running out of gloss, and I've asked her countless times. She says it's not available. So if you guys go to her, I don't know if she's going to have it, but this gloss is really beautiful. Another good substitute is the Luster Cosmetics, though it's more pricey than that of the Girls Corner. So done with that, I applied my false lashes and I'm spraying the face using my Nuban Beauty setting spray. It says finishing spray on the bottle, but this works as a setting spray for me. So whenever you're doing your makeup and applying your product, just go ahead with whatever it is that works for you. So I took this gold from the Luster Cosmetics Sugar palette. This palette is an eyeshadow palette, but it's more of a pressed pigment and it's very tricky to work with. So if you just learn how to work with it, you are unstoppable, trust me. So I apply a little bit from that gold just to intensify the eyeshadow. And at this point, I'm done with the look. So I'm just going ahead with my finishing touches, applying my gel liner, just making sure I intensify them, apply my highlighter on the highest point of the face. You guys, finishing touches is really, really important. Whenever you're done with your makeup, just step back a little bit, look at your makeup and see where you need to touch and where you need to add. I'm not really big on highlighters, so I just apply very little quantity. And this is the Sopo Body Sparkle in the shade pink. I think this is the shade Jara, and it's a pink shade. I really, really love this. I use it on almost all my shoots, all my model, all my clients, all the time. And I went ahead to smudge under the eyes again. This also counts as the finishing touches. I just stepped back, look at the look. I said, okay, this is beautiful, but I just need to touch this a little bit. It's your makeup, it's your look, it's your hand, it's your job. So just make sure you do it and do it well. So I used mascara, this same mascara from Nuban Beauty to intensify her lower lashes and increase the volume. And this is the finished look. This was when her hair came down, you guys. And at this, we've come to the end of this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you are yet to. Share this video with your friends and anyone who you think will find this video helpful. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.